Guys, good morning. I hope all is well. Got the phone plugged in. Everything should be good. I hope all is well. We're getting back into John chapter 7 today. And then on the Yukon, I got all the paint coated yesterday. So I got to do the wheels, the glass, the trim, finish coating some of the other stuff. But first, we'll get into God's word. I'm gonna be honest. I'm struggling a little bit today. All week I've been struggling just to get motivated. I kind of been dragging. I think like things that I eat and that I eat throughout the weekend. I think it does affect like your whole week as far as like you feel a little bit lazy. Then it gets like kind of rainy out. I don't know. I'm not really too motivated to do anything extra this week. So I definitely need help. If you guys can, please pray for me. But it's pretty common. I mean, it's not uncommon to feel like kind of unmotivated sometimes. We'll just open up with a little quick prayer and then we'll get started. Lord, thank you for this. Thank you for this day. Thank you that I'm able to use this platform to share your word. Thank you that we're able to do that. Um, Thank you that I'm able to share with other guys and other girls on here, other individuals, other kids, anyone that wants to learn how to detail, learn how to do this trade. I thank you that I'm able to do it on this platform as well. Um, Lord, I just pray for your help this morning. I pray for your help as far as motivation. Pray for your help as far as strength to get the work done today. I just pray for anyone else that might be struggling the same as far as being motivated to get started with the day, or motivation to finish or complete something, or motivation to get started with something. Um, even if that would include digging into your word, motivation. Um, and passion to dig into your word. Um, I pray that you would help me and help anyone else that might be online here watching. Please help us understand your word today as we read it. And in your name we pray. Amen. All right, guys. So yesterday we read Jesus fed 5,000. Yesterday we read Jesus fed 5,000. And then today I didn't pre-read this. I do remember kind of reading it like 6 months or so ago. I do remember reading the book of John. I want to read it again, and I'll probably read it again later. There's just so much in the book of John, and it kind of like with the whole book of John. One thing that I did last time, which I didn't do on purpose, but then when I with like the other guys in the group, it's like just put yourself there, like put yourself there in the crowds, put yourself there as you're reading the book of John, or anywhere really, but especially this book of John. I found if I put myself there, like in the crowd, like just like seeing what's happening, um, just put yourself in that position. That way you can see like who Jesus is, and like and see what's happening as you're reading. So that's one way I try to look at it. Like, so I sometimes to do that, sometimes I have to reread things over and over. But yeah, let's get started. John chapter 7, verses 1. And like I said, I didn't reread this, so there might be some words that we stumble across. After this, Jesus went about in Galilee. He would not go about in Judea because the Jews were seeking to kill him. Now the Jews' feast of booths was at hand. So his brothers said to him, "Leave here and go to Judea, that your disciples also may see the works that you are doing. For no works, for no one works in secret if he seeks to be known openly. If you do these things, show yourself to the world." For not even his brothers believed him. Jesus said to them, "My time has not yet come, but your time is always here. The world cannot hate you, but it hates me because I testify about it, and that's because I testify about it that its works are evil. You go up to the feast. I am not going up to the feast, for my time has not yet fully come." After saying this, he remained in Galilee. But after his brothers had gone up to the feast, Then he also went up, not publicly, but in private. The Jews were looking for him at the feast and saying, "Where is he?" And there was much muttering about him among the people. While some said, "He is a good man," others said, "No, he's leading the people astray." Yet for the fear of the Jews, no one spoke openly about him. About the middle of the feast, Jesus went up into the temple and began teaching. The Jews therefore marveled, saying, How is it that this man has learning?" I got to read that again. The Jews therefore marveled, saying, "How is it that this man has learning when he has never studied?" So Jesus answered them, "My teaching is not mine, but his who sent me. If anyone's will is to do God's will, he will know whether the teaching is from God or whether I am speaking on my own authority. The one who speaks on his own authority seeks his own glory, but the one who seeks the glory of him whom sent him is true, and in him there is no falsehood. Has not Moses given you the law? Yet none of you keeps the law. Why do you seek to kill me?" The crowd answered, "You have a demon. Who is seeking to kill you?" Jesus answered them, I did one work, and you marvel at it. Moses gave you circumcision, not that it is from Moses, but from the fathers, and you circumcise a man on the Sabbath. If on the Sabbath a man receives circumcision, so that the law of Moses may not be broken, are you angry with me because on the Sabbath I made a man's whole body well? Do not judge my appearances, but judge with right judgment. Verse 25. Some of the people of Jerusalem therefore said, "Is this not the man whom they seek to kill? And here he is, speaking openly, and they say nothing to him. Can it be that the authorities really know? Can it be that the authorities really know that this is the Christ? But we know where this man comes from, and when the Christ appears, no one will know where he comes from." So Jesus proclaimed as he taught in the temple, "You know me, and you know where I come from, but I have not come on my own accord. He who sent me is true, and him you do not know. I know him, for I come from him, and he sent me." So they were seeking to arrest him, but no one laid a hand on him, because his hour had not yet come. Yet many of the people believed him. They said, "When the Christ appears, will he do more signs than this man has done?" Verse 32. The Pharisees heard the crowd muttering these things about him, and the chief priests and the Pharisees sent officers to arrest him. Jesus then said, "I will be with you a little longer, and then I am going to him who sent me. You will seek me, and I will not find me. Where I am, you cannot come." The Jews said to one another, Where does this man intend to go that we will not find him? Does he tend to go to the dispersion among the Greeks and teach the Greeks? What does he mean by saying, "You will seek me, and you will not find me, and where I am, you cannot come"? Verse 37. On the last day of the feast, the great day, Jesus stood up and cried out, "If anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink. Whoever believes in me, as the scriptures has said, out of his heart will flow rivers of living water." Now this he said about the Spirit, whom those who believed in him were to receive. For as yet the Spirit had not been given, because Jesus was not yet glorified. When they heard these words, some of the people said, "This really is the prophet." Others said, "This is the Christ." But some said, "Is the Christ to come from Galilee? Has not the scripture said that the Christ comes from the offspring of David and comes from Bethlehem, the village where David was?" So there was a division among the people over him. Some of them wanted to arrest him, but no one laid hands on him. The officers that came to the chief priests and Pharisees, who said to them, "Why do you not bring him?" The officers answered, "No one ever spoke like this man." The Pharisees answered them, Have you have you also been deceived? Have any of the authorities or the Pharisees believed in him? But this crowd that does not know the law is accursed. Nicodemus, who had gone him Nicodemus, who had gone to him before, and who was one of them, said to them, "Does our law judge a man with our first with?" I got to read this again. Nicodemus, who had gone to him before, and who was one of them, said to them, "Does our law judge a man without first giving him a hearing and learning what he does?" They replied, "Are you from Galilee too? Search and see that no prophet arises from Galilee." Nicodemus showed up, and oh, that's funny. And so Nicodemus showed up, and he's like standing up for Jesus, like coming up to the Pharisees and stuff. He's like, "No, we like does not the law say that we need to properly like judge a man, we have to give him a hearing and learn what he does?" That's cool. Yeah, I like Nicodemus. So yeah, there's a lot here in chapter 7. That pretty much I think we read. I think that was it. So yeah, chapter 7 um, starts off. I should have wrote some notes down here, but it basically starts off with his brothers. Jesus is hanging out with his brothers at home or something. He's hanging out with his brothers, and they said, "Hey, you need to go to this feast, go to this event that's happening, and show yourself to these people. Like if um, that your disciples see that the works that you're doing. They say no one works in secret if he seeks to be known openly." And then they wanted Jesus to show himself. But his brothers didn't. Says here, for not even his brothers believed in him. Like his brothers didn't even believe that he was the Messiah. Um, yeah, and you see that in your walk today. Like it's you see that that's understandable. Like Jesus, I don't know. There's other places in the scripture where it says um, that like Jesus didn't even go to his hometown that much because they knew who Jesus was. They seen him grow up as like a child. They seen him through the teenage years. Granted, he never sinned, but they still like knew. Isn't well like we read yesterday? Isn't that Jesus, the son of Joseph? Like we know who is he. We've seen him grow up. So the people closest to him, including his brothers and people from his hometown, they didn't believe that he was the Messiah. Just like present day, like the people that are closest to you, like family members that are closest to you, they know like they know everything about you. Like they know all your good, all your bad, like all they know from the time I was a child to the time we were children to now. So they're like if we would become like if someone's watching this, if I have a friend I went to high school with that's watching this right now, which I know this is how it is because I've done the same way. Because I've judged people accordingly to their past when I shouldn't do that. I know I shouldn't do that, but I've done that. But like people know me like through my high school days or even my like not even that long ago, say 5, 10 years ago. They know my past. Like, oh, there's that Chad. I remember when he was drunk at that party, or I remember when he did this or did that. Um, all the negative stuff I've done in the past, people remember that. Like people, that's not how Jesus was. People didn't do anything like I did when I was younger, but just being around other people so much that it's like you just yeah, it's like who's that little boy over there? Like we're not gonna listen to him. We've seen him since he was a child, type of thing. Um, but yeah, so yeah, his own brothers don't believe him, and then he does end up going secretly to the feast. He goes in private. He went up. Wonder how? Yeah, somehow must have just like put something over his head and went, and it's kind of like being in private. He still went just to hear what the people had to say. But yeah, you just put yourself there. It's like in chapter 6, what we read yesterday was like there was some like explaining like that he is the bread of life. There's some stuff in there that's really hard to understand. Like as far as that Jesus is there teaching this to the Jews and to the Gentiles. He's teaching this to the people. Like you got to drink the blood and eat the flesh. Like, it's all pretty. I can imagine it was somewhat confusing now, but probably back then it was really confusing. And people left him. Like it said yesterday when we um, finished yesterday, it said when many of his disciples heard it, they said, this is a hard saying. Who can listen to it? And people left. Like, he still had his like 12 disciples, but a lot of people left him at that point. They didn't understand. It was just too much to take in, or they wanted nothing to do with it. So they just went the other direction. And you'll see that through the whole book of John, where like people don't receive him. They don't want to believe. They're stuck in their works. Like the Jews are stuck in their works. Like, hey, they can't. There has to be more to it than just believing in Jesus. Like believing who he is and what he's done. There has to be more. I got to give money, or I got to do these works, or make this sacrifice. I gotta do all these things to become justified, or um, to become a follower of Christ. Like, you have to do all these things. Well, you don't. You have to believe. You have to, and it's the same back then as it is today. It's crazy. But anyway, guys, I think. Was there anything else that really stood out in chapter 7? I know there's a lot that I'm just skipping. I'm skipping past. But yeah, the officers sent to arrest Jesus. They're trying to kill Jesus, and they're trying to arrest him. And his time has not yet come. So every time they try to get him now, he slips away every time. Like he does, and when it's not his time yet, he slips away and escapes from from the from the Jewish leaders and the officers. He would the Pharisees, because the chief priests and the Pharisees kept sending officers to arrest him because he was breaking the Sabbath, or doing works on the Sabbath, or working his miracles on the Sabbath. And it's interesting because he does a lot of stuff on the Sabbath. He really does. And then division among the people. We finish up with him slipping away, and Nicodemus showing up and standing up for him. So, and tomorrow we'll read chapter 8, which I don't know what this is about yet. I haven't read it to prepare. I haven't prepared for any of this because I don't want to get into too much of a Bible study. I just want this time to be like, you guys grab your Bible, or check it out on your phone app, and we just read the Word and maybe a quick rundown, but not too much of a Bible study. John is a good book to go through a Bible study, though. But anyway, guys, let's get this thing started. Let me make sure my microphone's good. Like I said, we're going to need to put a wheel coating on this. Some wheel coating, coat all the plastics. Luckily, there's not too many plastics. There's not really any up there. It's just all lower plastics. We're going to use that C4 trim coating. Got a little bit in the middle there, a little bit on the bottom. All this is already coated. All this piano black here, all this stuff, all this black, that's already coated with the graphene coating. I just have to use that C4. The C4 on the black textured plastics works a lot better than the graphene coating, from what I found, especially with like around southern Lancaster County roads with the horse manure on the roads and salt and everything else. But yeah, let me get my phone set up here. Got this stand. Oh yeah, morning, Arky. T-ball was good. He had his first game. Was it Tuesday? Tuesday. It went really good. Like, surprisingly, all the kids were hitting good. When they're playing in the field and stuff, it gets a little sketchy. Like, kids are running everywhere, and then when someone hits the ball, everyone kind of tackles and jumps on the ball, and they kind of wrestle around on the ground. It's like T-ball and like / wrestling match. So it's funny. I try to keep myself calm because it's, as a parent, Grayson was like, rolling around on the ground in the outfield, not paying attention. And I did, like, one guy's like, "Geez, you're tough." I was like, I yelled. I didn't yell. Yeah, I kind of yelled because he had to hear me. But I was like, "Get off the ground! Like, pay attention." And one guy's like, "Man, you're tough." He was just kidding around, but I'm like, I don't know. What do you either have to, I guess, have a talk. I don't know. There's kind of a line there where it is at that level. It is about having fun, but then I'm not gonna let everything just slide through. Like, if we're gonna go, if he wants to play baseball, we're gonna go to play baseball. We're not. That's not all. He's got to pay attention to some level. Like, I understand it's them kids are gonna be out there picking flowers and dandelions, and that I understand that. I did all that as a kid. Looking forward to, like, the snack at the end was the best part. Um, but no, it was good. They don't keep track of the score. Every kid hits. No one gets like no one gets struck out or anything like that. It's they get tug out, like they just keep going. Kids don't even know if they're like they get tug out. They don't even know. And if they did know, I can imagine there would probably be problems because they wouldn't understand. They'd be like, "Why do I have to get off the base?" All right, I'm trying to figure this thing out. I'm gonna start coating these wheels. This phone stand, it doesn't pivot very nicely. All right, should be good. All right, let's get these wheels coated. Yeah, I always use brand new applicators. This one here, you guys can't hear it and you can't feel it, unfortunately, but like this applicator is like really, you can kind of hear it's like rock hard. You can kind of hear it there in the microphone versus like a new one. If I scratch it, there's no noise, but the applicators are trashed once I'm done using them. I'm not going to airbrush these wheels. I can get these pretty good too just by hand applying it. We're going to apply the Geon rim, same coating we did last week. Usually I'll do 2 layers, so I'll put a layer on now, and then I'll get it all done, and later this afternoon I'll put another layer on. Sometimes customers want the wheels pulled and then coat the whole inside of the wheel. I would say most daily driven vehicles, they don't even mess with the inside as far as coatings. Usually the guys that are getting the inside of the wheels coated are like the Mustangs or Corvettes or like nice caliper cars. How are you doing? Guess you got off today? We're supposed to have T-ball practice tonight, I think, but it's raining here. And it's like, I don't know, it's probably like 58 degrees. It's kind of chilly. Coating these wheels, I can't really see anything. I can't really see the coating too well on there, like black wheels. So I tend to put it on pretty quick, or pretty thick. Wiping everything multiple times. I probably should plug in my phone. I think my battery's getting kind of low. I'll get this wheel done, then I'll plug it in. I don't know. I think being less motivated, I know I need to, certain things I know I need to do. Need to wake up earlier. Go to bed sooner, wake up earlier. I like to go to bed late and wake up late. That's I'd rather work like I wish I could work like it probably wouldn't be healthy or beneficial to my family. But work from like 10 to 10 to 10 or something like that. Wake up. I need to get this knee pad. My knees are starting to hurt. Off all week, still raining or high percent chance. So can't clean the black tundra. Still keeping couch from running away. That's awesome. Yeah, it's not bad. Laptop and couch kind of day. Maybe some coffee if you drink coffee. Now I think several things. I like before I had kids, I would work at like for I would say out of high school, and then up until I got married. Um, Man, I'd hit the gym. I'd hit the gym every day, like 6 days a week. And I know that's not I can't do that now. But I've gone so long. I would say like I've a while. I haven't been to the gym in probably at least at least 2 years. And going from like every day to not never, it's not good. I don't even think I really necessarily need to hit the gym, even if I just did a couple workouts at home, maybe walked or ran a little bit. But I think the biggest thing is like changing my diet. Pretty much still eat within reason. I still eat healthy stuff, but I just eat a lot of stuff. I think that's probably my biggest thing that needs to change first is like my intake and what I'm eating and drinking. To change my habits. I'm doing this audio book. It's like some habit book. I forget what it's called. Changing your habits. Before I would work out, I wouldn't even say before I even worked out. I would say I was just going to stay defined, like still still have muscles. It's probably more like selfish workouts, like just to look good. So I felt good, like that kind of work, like just selfish workout. And I know it's beneficial to within reason, but I wasn't hitting cardio hard. I would say I wasn't in bad health, but I probably wasn't in the greatest health. Just hey, let's go work out so we can look good during when it comes time for the beach. That was it. And now as you get older, it's like I want to work out so I have more energy. That's why I need to change my diet. That's why I need to start working out, just so I have more potentially more motivation, more inspiration, more energy. Um, more control, like as far as going to bed earlier. Certain habits I've never woken up like for a whole week. I've never woken up at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock every day and went to work. I've never had a job where I started before say 7 o'clock. Now there's days where I wouldn't start at 3:30, 3:30 or 5 o'clock, but it wasn't consistent. It wasn't like every day. And these rainy days don't help as far as motivation. Uh, once I get going, I'm usually all right. You just want to maximize productivity and get as much done as you can throughout the day. How do you maximize productivity if you're not eating correctly? A little bit of exercise, drinking water, starting the day off with the word, reading the word, time in prayer. Like I'm not gonna cut coffee. There's certain things I'm like, I'll just try to drink more water, exercise, wake up earlier. We'll see. These are nice wheels. Always like these finish of these wheels. Plug in my phone. I've just decided round is a good shape. It's hard working 12-hour shifts, going from days to night, back to days, and back to nights. Yeah, no, I don't know how you. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't know how you that. Yeah, that would be. Oh man, I can't even imagine. Hey, how you doing? How are you? Good. How are yourself? Good. Good. All right. Too hard on the help. Yep. Everyone left me. No. What's happening? I do have my camera going, just so you know. But now you know. Now you know what you're going to be doing every day you come to work, right? Yeah. 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 Hard labor. No. So yeah, did you get my voicemail? I did. Okay. Like the 27th, I think you said a Friday, Saturday. Yeah, that I think it was 26th, 27th. That I didn't know if you were going away for Memorial Day weekend or something. You're not going away that weekend. Want me to put it in for then? Yeah. Okay. Same kind of thing, like wash it up and do the roof. Yep. Okay, that's good. Did you? Oh, good. Yep. Cool. That sounds good. Well, I'll get it scheduled for then. And then, yeah, I would like to have it done by Friday, but it could carry into Saturday. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. See what the date is on that. Yeah, that's 20, 26 or this is I'm way behind on this calendar. There you are. That's June. June. Oh yeah, 26th, 27th. Yep. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yep, 20 Friday, Saturday, 26th, 27th of May. Yep, I'll put it down for then. Alrighty. So cool. I'll write it down. That's good. Too, so I don't forget. Yeah, well, I'll write it down on a card. That way you have it. You interested in checking barbecue tickets for the 13th? I do. Okay. I don't know. What are they for? What? We have barbecue tickets for T-ball right now. What Robert Full Fire?
We do them. We cook them over there at the firehouse.
Is that a Saturday pit?
Yep.
Saturday.
Mother's
26th.
Day weekend. You can buy your mother a chicken.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. 26, 27. Okay, that's taken care of.
Alrighty.
So what are these? Halves or fulls?
Halves
Half
are
chicken.
8.
Okay.
Full meal was 12.
That's the May 13th. I don't think I have anything that day. I think
Yeah,
that day's.
that's a Saturday. 14th is Mother's Day.
Yeah, let me see what I have. I think I have some cash. Oh,
How many you want, Dad?
what's that?
How many do you want?
I want to see how much money I have first. Uh, what was it? $8?
8 for a half a chicken, 12 for the full dinner.
I'll just do 2 fulls because I
2 meals?
$24, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just do that too.
Okay.
So I got to get 1, 2. No, yeah, they're selling the same thing for T-ball. I think I got to turn that. I got to turn our tickets in this Saturday. That's it. Cool. Should be 24.
Yep, looks like it to me.
Very good. Cool.
Thank you, sir.
Cool. Thank you.
There's yours.
Cool. Yeah, maybe.
Just pick them up over there from 10 on, 10 till 2.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
11 to 2, but they're usually ready before 11.
Yeah, me and Grayson will swing by, get some chicken or something.
Yep.
That's cool.
Okay.
Very good. Cool. Yeah, and I'll put you down for then. That'd
Yep.
be good. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, because they don't have no T-ball. The T-ball's every Saturday except Memorial Day weekend. I guess because maybe people are traveling or something.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
But we're not traveling anyway. Jeep that she's gonna sell.
Yeah, she's not doing that anymore.
No, yeah, she's retired. Retired from the mail, carrying mail.
Yeah.
She still has like a newer Jeep. That's right-hand drive too, but yeah, yeah, they're everywhere. Yep.
What do you do? You get bored? You ride that tricycle?
Yeah.
All right, well, I won't hold you up.
So, no, very good. It was good seeing you.
Thanks, Dad.
We'll get her cleaned up.
All right, thank you.
No, thank you. Thanks, Ron. That customer has a camper, like a pull behind trailer camper. Usually clean it up every year. I usually don't do many campers. It's just kind of, sometimes they can kind of, I don't know. I don't really enjoy cleaning campers, but his is usually relatively nice. It's just a little bit of light dirt, and they're an older couple, so that it's kind of sketchy, even for a younger guy. It's not saying I'm young, but to get up on the roof and scrub all that, it's kind of a lot of work, and it's kind of sketchy getting up there. We just do like a light cleanup on his trailer. I think I did have a video. I think I did have a YouTube video last time I cleaned that. Maybe not. I can't remember. Maybe I should try to do another video. It's just hard when you're up on the roof trying to shoot a video. You'd almost need to have like a head camera or something attached to your head. I'll have to order another wand or like one of the microfiber poles, the microfiber mitt on it. I have one, but the landlord's using it. Yeah, usually with this Geon rim, I'll apply a like usually one layer every year on a daily driver, typically. If you have like a Tundra, like I said last week, if you have like a TRD Pro or something with like satin black wheels and it's used pretty hard, sometimes you have to apply this coating like every 6 to 8 months, but usually every year. And even at every year, usually you can tell the coating's still there. It just usually needs like a light refresher. On a daily driver, the Garage Queens, this coating holds up for a long time on the Garage Queens, but the daily drivers, it takes a little bit more abuse. I can't even see the coating on here. It's so these wheels kind of hide it. I almost bet you I could just apply it and walk away on these wheels. I'm not going to, but I think I probably could. You don't need to apply it super thick because you're going to level it off anyway, so you can only apply it so thick on the first coat anyway. Once you get so much in there on there, it's like you're just kind of pushing it around. But that second layer, when I do this wheel coating, it makes the wheels like really slick. The first layer is slick, but the second layer is like really slick. I haven't tried any other wheel coatings in the past, I would say 2 years. I've been using the Geon rim for, I would say, 2 to 3 years, and I've had good success with it. So I haven't had a reason to switch right now. But if the graphene company, the SPS, came out with a wheel coating or something, I would try it for sure. I'd definitely try it. I'm not going to get crazy with the leveling. Just give it a light, very light wipe. It's probably good. I gotta fix this camera angle. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, these wheels are kind of like cloudy looking. Like it's like polished like partially polished aluminum, and then they clear coat over them. It's like they are kind of that cloudy chrome color. And when they start, the clear coat starts going on in them. Like usually you have clear coat failure around these lug nuts, just from lug nut tools hitting the side of the wheel. It'll start to spider out, and then they don't look good at all. Like once the clear coat starts popping on these, or you get a couple chips in them, and the clear coat starts peeling off or spidering out, they don't look too hot. But they are easy to clean, and you can't polish them any more than this. This is like the finish. This, unless you remove the clear coat, you can't finish them out more than this. It's not raw aluminum. It's like partially polished and then clear coated aluminum. But they clean up easy. Like they clean up relatively easy, whether they're coated or not coated, which is nice. I kind of like the in-between cloudy look. So if you have a couple streaks or a water spot, they always look pretty good versus like pure chrome where it's everything stands out. But yeah, then black. Yeah, TRD Pro wheels are yeah, they never look clean. Yeah, you're right. The only time they look clean for me is when I get done putting a fresh coating on them. Like it kind of covers up any of the fade that they have, even brand new, kind of like a black faded, streaked up wheel. I would put the IGL Eclipse coating. It's like an industrial coating. I would put that on them, like a pretty thick coating. Just apply it or spray it on or wipe it on and walk away, and they would look good for a while. But I mean, that coating, gosh, you don't use that much on the wheels, but like I don't remember. I usually buy it by the liter, but a liter of it's like, let's say roughly $1,200 for a liter of the IGL Strong coating. And that's like what I use on the heavy duty equipment. Is I'll usually get like a liter or two. So it's pretty. I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can get smaller bottles for a few $100. But the industrial coating just holds up way better than say like a paint coating would. The downside of that is like you can't take it off. Like if you wanted to take it off, which I don't know why necessarily you'd want to, but if you wanted to take it off, you would probably have to like sandblast the wheels because chemicals aren't going to strip it off. At least on them TRD Pro wheels. Yeah. That or you could maybe, I don't know, maybe they have like a clear coat you could put on them wheels to kind of fill in some of the porosity, like a satin clear coat. Maybe not like high gloss, but like a satin clear coat would be cool. I don't really like how I can't see the coating on these, only because I don't know where I stopped and started, so I end up hitting everything over again. As I'm talking here, I'm like, where did I start? Where did I stop? Usually want to clean these wheels as you normally would. Clean them real good, wipe them down with like a prep solvent or like an IPA, and then let them dry and then coat them. We should do some videos on like tire coatings, test out like some tire coatings because I don't do too many actual like tire rubber coatings. I'm not against tire shine. It's just don't like the one. I don't like the sling, and two, I don't like how it just washes off, and I don't really like a high shine. I kind of like a little darker than this, just like a nice satin sheen. Let's see if there's any more comments. Yeah, my wife had a Highlander that had a chrome wheel with a black tint film on them. Wow. Oh yeah. The film started peeling within a year. Those things looked terrible. Couldn't find anyone to fix them. Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know. Yeah. Chrome wheel with like a black tint on them. Yeah. Yeah, they're I forget what that's called. Um it's not agate. I forget what it's called. Um Again, they reminded me of the WeatherTech floor mats. They never looked clean more than a few minutes. Yeah, I do like putting this personally. I like for my own stuff. If like not on my wife's mats, I usually don't do it because they usually clean up good. They're not the WeatherTechs; they're like the Husky knockoffs, so they clean up really well. Unlike the WeatherTechs that are more durable, thicker, they just don't clean up well. The Huskies tend to clean up fairly well. But that trim shine, it works good as long as you level it and get off any excess, kind of remove any excess with maybe a quick detailer or a wet towel, and don't let too much excess trim coating on there. The aerosol stoner trim coating, it works well. And then next time they wash up typically a little easier with the trim coating on there. The TRD Pro wheels reminded me of them WeatherTech mats. Yeah, for sure. It's the same. It's like the same problems. That's probably my biggest. If you go to my videos, my WeatherTech floor mat videos, like always, that video is always working. It's always someone's always watching it. I should make an updated video. I should make an updated video and rethink on how I could teach someone to like do a better job with them mats. Should come up with something that doesn't include cleaning it. I think my video is cleaning it and then applying solution finish to them. And then I think I did a video where I cleaned them and then applied the Stoner Trim Shine. Neither of them are the best, but there's not too many more options besides maybe cleaning them and putting like a really good coating on them, like C4, maybe like an actual ceramic coating so it holds the black, but it's not slick. It doesn't transfer to your feet onto your running boards when you get out. Like a good coating like the C4. So like a clean and coat. But that's one of my biggest videos is how to clean WeatherTech floor mats. Every month I go there and it's like constantly. That video is probably paid like I don't even know. I bet you $500. It's paid for itself over and over. That's one of the best videos I've done as far as like views. That's that common of a problem. Everyone has that same problem. That's why it does so well. I had a guy comment last week. I still have to respond. I think he has some gray WeatherTechs, and he wanted to know if the Solution Finish Fusion Gray trim restorer worked well on the gray mats, which I haven't tried because it's very rare that I get gray WeatherTech mats in, and I usually don't have any Fusion Gray Solution Finish trim restorer. It's like a trim restorer, and the regular kind Solution Finish is black, but the Fusion Gray is like a gray for gray trim. But I haven't tried it because I don't get gray mats in. All right, first coat on these wheels is done. Highlander just got water under the film, and it always looks bad. It would just peel more every wash. Yeah, that's no good. You see it a lot, like on, not so much anymore, but when they would bash on wheel weights, it'd bash on the wheel weights and mess up the clear coat on the wheel. All right, I gotta go get my trim coating, start coating these running boards. Hello. Hi.
What's up,
Hey,
man?
how are you?
Oh man, this is exactly what you need to do to my car, son.
I am live streaming, just so you know. That's fine. No, oh no, you're good. So what's happening?
So you gave me a quote. We finally got the insurance paid up. I just
Okay.
wanted to see what time
Good.
to schedule and
Yeah,
get everything rolling.
that sounds good. Yeah.
You want me to come back later?
No, you're good. Yeah, I just keep it rolling. I only got a couple viewers. It's the same.
Well, you're just showing them you're taking care of it.
Yep. No, you're not the only one that's come in so far.
I did have a question too. With like the better ceramic package, as far as like running the car for the car wash and stuff, is that good to go, or do you not recommend that?
I usually don't recommend it, but everyone does it. Yeah, everyone does. It doesn't usually hurt it.
'Cause we have we've always had a subscription here at the car wash in
Yeah.
Oxford.
I usually.
I think probably 3 or 4 days a week, honestly.
No, it's fine as long as she's going to the touchless one. The brush. Stay away from the brushes, and you'll be all right. If you have anything that happens, it's just going to be some light water spotting, which that's fixable if you're coming back every year. Yeah, it's no big deal. And which vehicle is this? This is
2019.
the Yukon. Oh.
Looks just
What did?
except black. Maybe you can look up my email.
And I sent you estimates, right?
Sure did.
Yeah. Schedule. That's the tricky part.
Yeah, because I need to schedule a rental car, so get on your books.
Computer might stop working. All right, computer stopped working. I'll find my phone.
You want to get back to me later on?
No.
That's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Everything. I just scheduled one guy today. I had my schedule up, and I scheduled him for the 26th and 26th and 20. I scheduled from there. Everything pretty much is scheduled for the end of June,
Oh.
towards the end of June and beginning of July.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, I'm backed up quite a bit.
Well,
Usually I'm always a month out, even in the slow time. But once it gets busy, I'm usually a couple months out.
okay.
Usually it's not too more than a couple months. But then again, I haven't worked solo for 8 years, so it's kind of it's kind of.
You just want to look my email up and then just shoot me a.
I'll shoot you a bunch of dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually it's set for a black Yukon. Usually I'll set aside the bulk of the whole week.
Yeah, that's what you said. It's gonna take probably a week.
Yep. Yeah, like a Monday through Friday type of thing. I know. Well, I know right now the last week in June's available. I do know that the last week in June, everything up here is full.
Just pencil me in.
For the week of the 26th.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way I can let the rental car people know. I'll probably actually get the rental car the week before
Okay.
because I get it for a month or 30 days, whatever it is.
Ah, good. I'll let you know.
Awesome.
No, that's good.
Last name's Gallardi, if you forgot.
No, yeah,
All right,
that's
cool,
good.
man.
So, very
Thanks,
good.
buddy.
Did I send you multiple levels of coding?
Yeah.
Which
we're gonna get the better one.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
That's the best bet.
Yep. Did I send a 3 or a 5? Like a 3-year or a 5-year?
You sent me 2.
Okay.
And one, I think one was a 3-year coding.
Yep.
It was like 2,500.
Yep.
And the longer one was like 3,400 or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
That sound right? You needed to do a paint correction.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember.
That's
Either or, you're good. Even with the 3-year, you can easily get more out of it if it's maintained properly. So usually 3 years is the most common.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Like, do you think the cheaper one, but with maintenance?
With maintenance, it's
You think that's a better bet?
Yep, especially on black because there's a chance that you might.
What's the maintenance schedule like once a year?
Once a year, yep.
What's that typically run?
Usually like a detail, like a price of a detail. Usually certain things I'll do every year that I don't charge for is like that if someone's getting a detail and they want this done, it's usually added on. So I usually recoat the wheels every year and specifically the windshield because the windshield will die out if it's a bad season and there's a lot of wiper use. The coating can't hold up to the wipers for more than a year.
So you're saying get the lower one and then do better maintenance.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. The only difference between the 3 and 5 year, besides the wheels still get everything still gets 2 layers. Just the paint doesn't get 2 layers of coating. So I spend more time and more material on the paint. But honestly, it's not that much of a difference between the 3 and 5 year.
It's $1,000 difference in price.
No, yeah, it's not 1,000. So
it was significant.
950 usually it's around 950 for a 3-year. I'd say 1,400 for plus paint correction. So
yeah, that's probably where
the paint correction all the time and usually it's all in the labor. It's all into the preparation. The coating's kind of just icing on the cake.
Well, then put me down for the 3-year.
Okay.
And then I'll just come back and get a maintenance code every.
Yeah. Usually I don't have to recoat the paint. It's just I usually get out water spots from the car wash because you're going to get water spots and then recoat like the trim, like all this plastic trim and stuff fades over time. So I usually recoat the trim, put another coat on the wheels. It's all painted. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. Very good. That sounds good.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Take care.
Yep, see ya. What do we got going on here? They have a product called Gum. What? Gummy Fix. I saw a demo of it on WeatherTech, like Matt on YouTube. Just saying. Huh. I'll have to check it out. Maybe we should do a video. I don't. Now I'm kind of curious to see what it is. It's called Gummy Fix. And what does it do? Like, is it like a protectant or like kind of like a coating, like a plastic coating or something? It's interesting. All right. These get these running boards coated. Yeah, I'll have to check it out if I can get it. Like the stuff you used on video, just not black. Now I'm curious. Now I'm curious. I gotta check it out quick. I used to like try to find newer products and then try them out and then make videos, try to be like the first to the scene. Solution Finish is what I used, yeah. I don't use too much my computer's dead. I'll plug it in. I don't use Solution Finish like I used to. I usually tend to go more towards the C4 just because it lasts way, way, way longer. Some guys used to do Solution Finish, wait a little bit, and then apply a coating on top. But I think the Solution Finish, I don't know, it was okay. It's okay. Like it's pretty good. Like if your plastics are really far gone, sometimes the Solution Finish doesn't cover up the zebra striping, and it's not quite as thick as some. But usually anywhere I use Solution Finish, now I can just use the C4, and it repels the water a lot better and sticks a lot better than the Solution Finish. I always still make sure I have Solution Finish on the back burner just in case. And Jim West is such a good guy. The guy that owns Solution Finish, he's such a good guy. Like, the product is good. There's no doubt about it. Now I gotta look it up. I gotta see what this stuff is. Detailed. I'll just go to detailed image, see what they have. What is it called? I don't even know how to say it. Kochi Chemi, or however they say it. I got some of their buffing pads and compounds. Let me see here. See if they have it here. New. It says brand new, $29.99. Gummy Fix, 1,000 milliliter. Oh, you can pre-order it. Estimate ship date is next week, 5/5. Is that right? May 5th is that the ship week. It says it's an interior care product designed to help dress plastic and rubber surfaces, just like the trim on your exterior of your vehicle that can fade. Interior trim needs love too. With only a few swipes of Gummy Fix, you will be left with a non-greasy, silicone oil-free dark finish. You can apply it at various interior surfaces, including the dashboard, mats, vents. Okay. Areas will look new and stay cleaner longer. All right. Yeah, we got to order some. I don't know if I I'm gonna have to order some today. I will. I'll pre-order it. I don't know if I can get it anywhere else faster though. We have to make another vid. We have to make an updated vid. We have to try it out. That's the thing. It's hard to know the longevity of anything because everyone's different. Yeah, you can post a channel name if it lets you. Like it should. I don't know if this chat thing will let you post that kind of stuff. I don't know, but yeah, post it up. Gummy Fix. They don't have a picture on here. I'm trying to see a picture. Gummy Fix. It's all out of stock everywhere. This one guy, Slim, has some. Huh. Everyone's out of stock. Here's a picture before and after. It doesn't look very expensive, so it would be cheaper than a coating. I wonder if it's clear or white. I don't even know how to say that. I'm Josh V. Here, let me go to it. Here it is. I don't know if I've even seen this YouTube channel. Here it is. 5 days ago. I don't know if we can watch this, but I'm going to watch it real quick. This is like, most guys would like run it through their live stream where you guys watch it, but I'm just going to see. I'm going to see what this stuff is real quick.
All-weather mats. But as you can see with all-weather floor mats, they don't stay nice. They do get beat up. They get dirty. The benefit of them is they're easy to clean, but they're not necessarily easy to make look perfect and brand new again, especially without adding any slickness to them. So in today's video, we're going to be trying out Gummy Fix. This is the brand new product from Kokemi. This is specifically designed for these all-weather floor mats to restore them, make them look brand new again, without making them slick, especially if you reintroduce any sort of water, if it was raining outside.
That guy had like a 5-gallon container of it.
Formats to restore them, make them look brand new again, without making them slick, especially if you reintroduce any sort of water, if it was raining outside, your foot's wet, you get back in there, you don't want to be sliding around on your mats. This stuff is made specifically for that reason, so let's check them out. So first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the all-weather floor mat. Now I'm just going to be doing one in this situation just so we can test this out and really see how well this works. So as you can see, here's the floor mat. Definitely not looking its best. Tons and tons of dirt and grime and all that kind of good stuff in here. So the first thing we have to do before we restore these using Gummy Fix from Kokemi, we have to clean them. We have to get all the dirt and stuff out. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so I've got the mat behind me. I'm going to be using Kokemi Green Star all-purpose cleaner here to be able to agitate this and get this all cleaned up before we apply the Gummy Fix. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off, get the bulk of the stuff off, then we'll spray this on, agitate it, rinse it off again so that we're all prepped. Okay, so we went ahead and rinsed it off. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the Green Star, and I have a little Scrub Ninja here just to use as my agitation.
So far, so good.
Now I'm using Green Star currently at a 1:10 ratio, so 1 part product.
Oh, he says that's the only way it's available.
Trade in a little bit, just let it kind of do its thing. Also going to apply some to the Scrub Ninja, and then I'll get in and agitate. Now, obviously, you can use a bunch of different types of brushes for this.
All right, we got
so
fast forward.
Most comfortable with, just go with that.
Clean it, let it dry.
Okay, guys, so as you can see, Green Star did a fantastic job of getting this all cleaned up and back to kind of neutral, a good starting place so we can apply this product.
I think that looks awesome, Alice. I wouldn't put anything on it. That mat looks good.
Lighter spots where it's just starting to age. Constant wear there from feet and all that kind of stuff. It just
Compared to
it wears
WeatherTech,
it
that
down.
one looks
So we want to
awesome
restore that and get it
already.
new looking as possible. So in order to do that, again, we're going to be using Gummy Fix. I'm going to go ahead and tape it off halfway so we can get a good before and after. Okay, so we've got it all taped off, right? I'm going to apply the product on this side, leave this side bare for now so we can get a good representation. Also kind of test it and feel how slick it is, all that kind of stuff, because it's not supposed to be slick. Now, from my understanding, there's two ways to apply this. You can either apply it with an applicator pad, or you can just spray it on and then let it dry out. That's definitely usable in a lot of situations where these mats are really, really intricate. But for this one, it's not that bad. I'm going to apply it using a auto fiber. This is a Saver applicator pad for ceramic coatings, but I like these for this kind of stuff as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Go ahead and take the Gummy Fix and just do a couple of sprays. Let me get this primed. A couple of sprays, just saturate the pad a little bit. That is it. And let's go ahead and apply it. See how easy it applies? Yeah, spreads really, really nicely. Very, very, very nicely, actually, super easy. I was afraid it was gonna be a little bit tacky. It's not at all. Like, it's just spreading like butter. So let me get it into all the fine spots here in between these little tracks here as well. And as you can see, guys, I'm just applying it. I'm not going in any special direction or anything like that. It's just get the product on, and that is it. So I'm just going to go over it a couple times, make sure that I get good coverage, and then we'll check it out. And I can already tell this is looking phenomenal. And even as another way, you could just kind of spray
The finish is nice.
as your base, and then take the microfiber and rub it in. Again, I might be going
Durability,
here,
that's the question.
And kind of test it out in a few different ways. So spray is really, really easy. Again, the product is very, I want to say runny. It's not viscous in any way, so it's not going to clog up your sprayer. It just sprays on really nicely. Another good thing is because it is fine, you can get a nice, consistent, even spray, not just big clumps, but a nice consistent spray, so you get nice even coverage. All right, now just to buff it out a little bit, I'm going to flip my microfiber applicator pad and just go over it again, just to kind of help lift up any excess, and then we will inspect it. All right, guys, so it's all applied. I'm going to go ahead and pull the tape now and see how much of a difference you can see. Again, these mats weren't in the worst condition, but already it looks,
look at that 50-50.
Night and day better. Like, it looks so good. Let me go ahead and get my other camera and zoom into this for you guys so you can really see.
Does look nice.
Too, this side was the side that had more wear and tear than this side. Driver's side, your right foot, gas pedal, all that kind of stuff. This side was definitely more beat up than this side, and now that side looks amazing. So there you go, guys. As you can see, just a crazy result. It's not overly shiny. It just completely darkened it back up, and it looks amazing. I mean, you can still see a little bit. I mean, you have to be realistic. Wear and tear is a whole nother thing. But, I mean, if you're doing a customer car or your own vehicle and you apply that product to it, you're going to be pumped. That looks so much better. It looks like a brand new mat versus this side definitely does look like it's gotten some damage on it. You can still see that stuff here. Again, there was more of that over here, but that's what was there. And all this is looking way, way better now. Still a couple barely light spots, but I would say a 95% improvement. And overall, just, looking at it as an appearance thing, it's 100% better. It looks phenomenal. And here you go again, guys, out in the sun now. You can see that hard line, and it just looks so much better on the right side where it was coated with that Gummy Fix. So much better.
All right, let's take some degreaser to it.
Yeah, feels no difference in the texture. Well, maybe the slightest bit. I'm trying to, okay. No difference in texture. This does not feel slick at all. All right, guys, so here it is in the vehicle. Nothing else has been cleaned, but I mean, just look at that. It looks
just look at
so good compared to this side. This side looks old and dingy now versus that side looks absolutely perfect and brand new. Look at that.
Yeah, it's losing finish.
Right, guys, so
It's not. That's kind of outdated method.
Again,
I don't do it like that anymore.
See how long it lasts, all that kind of good stuff. We'll update this down the road. But as of right now, I have to say the product is super, super, super easy to use. Looks phenomenal. It's not slick.
Look, he's stocked up back there. He's got it back there on the shelf.
When I use it, I do get a scent of like rubbing alcohol a little bit. So maybe that's how they're doing it. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of additive that makes it flash out so it's not slick. I don't know. But that's the scent that I get. But that scent goes away very, very quickly. It's just pretty much when you're spraying it and rubbing it in, and then it goes away immediately. I don't smell it in the vehicle at all, so no concern there. That is a big concern. You don't want to leave your customer vehicle or your own vehicle smelling of anything that you don't want it to. But no worries there. It does not smell inside. And I'm very, very impressed with that, with the results of that product. So that's it for today's video, guys. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. That is a new product from Kilkenny, brand new. And I have to say, it does what it says it's going to do. In the past, you would use something like a diluted down water-based tire dressing or exterior dressing or something like that. It would make it look good. However, it would be very, very slick, and you don't want that. That's just a liability for yourself. You don't want your feet sliding around while you're trying to brake or anything like that. This stuff achieves that. It seems like it's not slick at all. It seems easy to remove too. I sprayed a little bit of water and rubbed an edge, and it came up. So I think it's an easy product to maintain and work with. You don't have to kind of scrub it or anything like that. I really thought with a name like Gummy Fix, it was going to be kind of a gummy consistency, kind of thicker. It's not at all super easy to spread on, very, very easy to work with. So I hope that video helps you guys. Right now, they only have this in a 5-liter available. I have it available on my site as well, so I'll link that in the description for you guys. They do have 1-liter sizes coming eventually. If you're a professional, just go get the 5-liter because you're going to use it. If you're a person that has all-weather mats in all your cars, 5 liters shouldn't be an issue. You're going to go through it eventually. But 1 liter, I get it's much more easy to get into and try it out. But those will be coming here pretty soon. I think they're saying within the next month or two. So that's it for today's video, guys. Please make sure to like.
We'll like this video. It's a good video. I never even seen this guy before. No, I think it's probably good. Like it's nice that it's like a silicone-free dressing. Wonder how it works on like tires. But you probably do have to, I'm guessing you probably do have to still apply it. I don't know, probably every other time you detail your inside, or especially that driver mat. It's not going to be, well, I guess even with C4, even with C4, I think I would imagine like an actual coating would hold up better than whatever that is. Like I would think so, but I think that's like probably good. Like so I'm gonna get some, so I'm not applying trim shine because I've had complaints with being too slick for obvious reasons. The C4 is just too expensive for a regular detail. Like I should be charging extra for that, which I don't. So getting like a bigger container of that, like whatever he's selling, 5-liter container or something, or a couple gallon container to use for regular details versus using the C4, because the C4 is a little bit more, well, probably way more expensive. Yeah. So you ordered some C4. Yeah. What's his Apex, Brian, what's his name? Brian from Apex? I think his name's Brian. He did. Don't blame the messenger. I'm coming back to you if it's not good. No, I'm sure it's decent. Like, it can't be that bad. Like, I'm sure it's decent stuff. But Brian, I remember Brian from Apex did a video on like a big cargo mat, and he just left it outside to get weather beaten. And the C4 held up really, really well on the WeatherTech mat that sat outside for like, I don't know how long, months, or if not a year or something. Solution Finish didn't hold up that well. Some of the other coatings didn't hold up that well, but C4 did really well on like the rear cargo mat. All right, what am I doing? I got to go get my gloves. Yeah, I'm going to order some. I'll order some and then maybe let it dry. If it's not good, don't blame the messenger. That's funny. No, I'll definitely. Every time I order something, I would have seen it tomorrow when I place my order at Detailed Image. I would have seen it there because I always go to like new arrivals to see what's coming out. That guy's out there mowing again. You guys probably can't hear it. The guy mowing out there starts throwing rocks. Running boards just got some dust on them. Just be careful with the C4. This nozzle or this tip they put on it, it just flows out like a faucet, so you could use more product than you really need to. I think they do that on purpose, so you use more product, then you got to keep ordering it. Probably not, but it does come out too fast. My phone keeps coming unplugged. I found that every time my battery gets low, you know how you get like that battery message? The video will freeze every time I get that low battery message. Oh yeah, C4 works really good on wiper cows. And if you get it on the glass or like on other stuff that you don't want it on, just wipe it off. I'd say wipe it off sooner rather than later. This stuff does dry pretty quick. But yeah, I use it all the time on wiper cows. Sometimes if I can't, like on the F-150s, or sometimes if they have like major grooves, I'll either apply it with like a brush, like an old brush, or get out the airbrush and like airbrush it into the tight cracks and crevices. Just drip some of this in the airbrush that you have, or just put it in a little container and then use like a boar's hair brush and just brush it into the tight grooves. But yeah, any exterior trim, I use the C4. I've done a couple bed covers, like the bed covers of trucks. I don't know how well it holds up on that. I would say if something like that, you probably have to recoat every 6 months to a year. But anything really, probably every year you probably want to touch it up. I really should. I feel bad. Like I don't even want to tell people when I'm scheduling. Like customers come in and they want to schedule. I don't even want to tell them. Like I'm like, ugh. It's good. Like it's a good thing, but it's not good. It's not good for the customers. It's good for me, but to be 2 months booked out is like, it's kind of good, but it's kind of not. Like I'm kind of like I don't like to tell people, hey, we can't get your car in until July. Like they want it done sooner. I want to be able to serve. Want to be able to serve them. Man, it's kind of. I don't know why. I kind of feel like embarrassed, but I shouldn't. Like I shouldn't feel embarrassed. I know I need to hire help. Like the only way I can fix that is, well, start charging way more, like crazy prices, which I already charge more. I just got to stick to my pricing when they pick up. But I need to have help. I need to probably hire help if I want to be less. But even when I had Todd here, it was like a month and a half. So if I hire help, it'll cut off a little time, but it's not like it'll take. Like if I'm booked out 2 months by myself, if I hire a full-time guy, it doesn't take me down to only being booked out a month. Mainly because I can't. If I hire a guy, I'm not going to be detailing as hard every day So there's other stuff that gets neglected, like paperwork and marketing and any kind of video content or taxes and this and that. But it would cut down. I bet you it would cut down. It's probably 3 weeks of work if I had hired a full time guy that knew what he was doing. If I hire a full time guy that doesn't know what he's doing and I got to retrain him, well, then we're probably going to be, I don't know, probably going to be further out than, well, no. No matter what, an extra set of hands usually is better than nothing. Because then you don't have to clean your towels, sweep your floors, all the stuff that gets neglected. The shop's kind of messy. I got clutter everywhere. We've always, I mean, not always, but I'd say the past 10 years, it's always been busy. It's always busy in the spring. Spring is usually always busier than fall. Because I do want to make more money. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want to make more money. I want to be able to support my family better. But I can only do so much work. Like, I can only get so much done by myself and still be there for t-ball practices and be there at dinner time. So it's like, charge more and try to find help. No matter what, still have to charge more. But I talked to some guys with detail shops or just like an automotive shop, but like a garage. And some of them are, man, it's nothing to pay. Like, some guys are paying ridiculous amounts. I mean, they got the space. They're running 10, 20,000 square feet shops. I mean, they're paying for it. But I don't know. Like, I just don't know how they do it. Like, you have to have the staff and consistent staff. It would be really difficult if you didn't have like dedicated staff that stuck around. If you're constantly going through new guys, I wouldn't want to do that. I just constantly training guys nonstop, not being able to keep anyone. Man, I hope it's getting close to lunchtime. I'm getting pretty hungry. Yeah, I've used C4 on all exterior trim, bed covers, running boards. I never really used it on the inside of a car. Yeah, I guess you could. I guess you could, but I don't. If I was going to use it on the inside of a car, it'd be like maybe the kick panels, like places where that get like kicked or scratched up to try to hide some of the scratches. Maybe something like that. I wouldn't use it on. I don't think I don't necessarily like coatings on door panels, seats, dashes. any kind of like permanent coating, I would steer away from personally. Something that wipes off like that stuff, that video we just watched of that gummies, I think that stuff would probably wipe off. It's not a permanent, it's not like a permanent coating. So wherever you put it on, you can fix it if you want to remove it. It's not like once you do it, you're stuck with it forever. You start putting some of these coatings on plastics on the inside and you might not get it off. It might just be on there forever. Well, even that Maserati that came in last week for an estimate that we went outside, that had some kind of like coating on the dash. I don't know what it was. It looked like high gloss tire shine, but it didn't come off. Like it was like permanent. It was almost looked like clear coat, but it was tacky, which is not like, you don't want tacky dash coatings that collects every piece of dust, every hair. It just, everything embeds into it. All right, I gotta get another bottle here. I'm running low. I just had a thought when I was talking about dust and stuff embedding into that Maserati's dash pad, because it had that stuff on it and it was just so tacky and all the dust was embedding onto the dash pad. But back in the day, say 10 years ago, 9-10 years ago, when I started doing coatings, one of the Ceramic Pro guys had a good like sales pitch, which is, I still think it's true. It's not like completely false. Like I think it is true, but like to sell coatings, like everyone back then 10 years ago, they didn't know what coatings were. If you said you were going to ceramic coat their car, they thought you were going to like cover it in like pottery or like a ceramic dish or something, or like re-clear coat the whole car type of thing. Now people know. Now customers know what ceramic coatings are, but back then they didn't. So you'd have to give them an example. So the one example was like, okay, like if I have a wax candle here in my hand, there's a wax candle here in my hand, and I roll it across this floor, all the dirt and dust embed into that wax. Like you can't get it out. Like it just embeds into the wax. Same kind of goes for your paint. Like if you're waxing it, it can fill in the scratches, fill in some of the defects, fill in the swirls, kind of cover some of that up. But as you get dust, dirt, little microscopical dirt and dust, it embeds into the wax on the surface of your paint. So therefore, when you go to wash it or dry it, you're kind of moving that dirt. You can't see it, but microscopic. You're like moving that dust and dirt around that's embedded into the wax that's on your clear coat, which makes sense. I mean, it does. It still makes sense to this day. On what level does that? And what level do you have to worry about that? That's a whole nother story. But it does make sense. So therefore, like a ceramic coating, or even like the C4, like it hardens up. So it hardens, it fills in the pores of the paint, and it hardens up, not like scratch-proof harden up, but it just fills in the pores of the paint to where it's not wax-like. It's not, these coatings aren't wax-like when they're sitting on the surface. They do harden up and crystallize. So stuff can't embed into it. Water can't, like things can't, dust can't embed into the coating because it's already hardened up. So therefore, it releases the dirt easier. Stuff can't embed into it, and you're not moving that dust and dirt around onto the surface, scratching up the surfaces. So that's, with that being said, no matter what you do, you still can get scratches. No matter what you do, you can still end up with problems. But the basic, that was my sales pitch 10 years ago, was the example from Matt Kelly at Ceramic Pro, is rolling the wax candle on the ground. And that kind of gives like a demonstration of like how wax does collect dirt and dust. And I just thought about it. I haven't said it to anyone in such a long time, because coatings now sell themselves. These coatings that I apply, and a lot of the detailers, it just sells itself. People come asking for the coating. 10 years ago, you had to sell the coating. People didn't know what a coating was, so you had to kind of give them like something to go off of, which is, it's just wild how much the detail game has just shifted. Now people come asking for coatings, where 10 years ago, and even 5 years ago, they were all coming for waxes. Hey, I want that special wax that you guys are applying that washes up easier. Now everyone wants a coating. I think he said water broke it down, so it's more like 303 aerospace than C4. Ceramic coating like Rain-X on steroids for shiny hard surfaces. Yeah, that's a good example. It's like, because Rain-X kind of smells like alcohol type based, like an alcohol based product. 303 aerospace, yeah, I used to use that all the time for. I like 303 aerospace, even for interiors. Yeah, 3K for a wax. People thought you was ripping them off. Yeah. I have. I don't know if they're any good anymore, but I've had waxes that were like $300 for a little thing of wax. Wax is actually more. They say good quality wax is more expensive to make than like a ceramic coating. I think in the regular industry, wax is dead, but there is a time and a place for a wax. I think a good quality wax. Like I do have, the problem with waxes is they can be so difficult to work with. I have a good wax from like China or Japan. It's really good. Like it has a ceramic coating in it, but man, it's a bear to apply. Like you're gonna end up having to wipe it with different quick detailers and wipe it down with multiple things after you wax it, especially on like dark paint, because it streaks up and it's just really, really sticky, hard to remove. 3K for a wax. Yeah, I don't know if I usually if it's like 2,500 to $3,000 for like it's not usually the coatings. I don't charge that much for the coatings, but usually if it's like one guy that was just here, he has a black Tahoe, and it'll be like 20 hours just to buff it out type of thing. So you can, like, it's nothing for like a black truck or like an old black vehicle that needs, and they want it dialed in as good as I can get it within reason. Yeah, it's nothing to have $2,000. $2,000's pretty common. Once you start getting like 2,500, $3,000, usually you don't get too many that are in that price range usually. Wax looks better, just don't last for a daily driver. It looks deep, not fake shiny. Yeah, I haven't waxed something. Oh gosh, I haven't waxed something in probably at least. Oh gosh, I don't even know. Probably at least a couple years. If I'm waxing something, it's usually like really old paint, and I don't do that many old cars. I don't do many like antique or classic cars. That could be the time and a place for a wax. Or if it's like a show car and they don't want, I know if guys, oh yeah, wanted $3,000 or 10. Yeah, 10 years ago, $3,000. Yeah, lifetime warranty. I had a lifetime warranty. I was a Ceramic Pro guy. They have a lifetime warranty, and it was a couple grand that I charged. I didn't sell too many of them because I questioned the lifetime warranty thing. I'm like, I don't want to be tied to this vehicle for my lifetime, recoating it if it needs recoated. And nothing lasts for a lifetime, that's for sure. Nothing even lasts for 10 years, let alone a lifetime. Not on a daily driver, not on the cars that are getting coated. Maybe a garage queen that only comes out every other weekend. Maybe. But yeah, some guys will apply a wax. Let me just think of what I didn't coat yet. I think I gotta go to the front. Yeah, some guys will apply like a carnauba wax, like something to add shine, to add a nice deep wet look, with no protection, just for that extra shine and pop for like a car show event. I've never done anything like that per se. But I know guys do. I know like the guys that do like specialty car events, especially on older classic cars, they'll put like a carnauba wax on, not for protection, just for depth and shine for the car show event. Apply it like the day before, right up to the event. I remember watching. Back in the day, I used to ammo Larry, real good guy, Larry at Ammo NYC. Met him a couple times at SEMA. I think it was him. He put gloves on, and then he would like rub the paint with his hands, like not even use an applicator pad. He would just like massage the paint with his hands with gloves, rubbing the carnauba in. It was real good content, like amazing. You just wanted to go out in your garage and like rub on your car with some kind of wax. And I remember doing that. I remember going out to my garage and working on the customer's car and like rubbing it in with my hands with gloves on. I don't do that anymore. But thinking about that video, I'm like, oh, it'd be kind of fun to do. I just had a guy, one of my good customers. He has like a 42 or a 40s Willys, but it's like big tire, big blower, a blower car, like real radical. I haven't seen it in person. He just sent me pictures of it, but he wants to get that buffed and coated. It's black. I didn't sell him a coating yet. I got to kind of look at it and see. He's had other things coated, so we probably will coat it. It's base clear coat. But that would be one where it'd be like maybe a wax would be good. It's black, so he's probably gonna have to lightly polish it every other year to get out all the fingerprints from people touching it and ooh and ahhing over it. See, I'm probably not getting something like that, like a blower car that's like for car shows and cruise weeks and stuff. I'm not gonna sell them the best coating. I'm gonna try to talk them out of it and just stick to standard good maintenance, light machine polish every year or two, and then like either one, a good wax, or two, a light coating, or maybe a combination of both. Sometimes guys will combo it, apply coating, and then maintain it with like a carnauba, a coating, and a wax. I've personally never done that, but you see guys do it. Guys that really love to rub on their car on the weekend type of thing, which used to be me, but now once I'm done here for the day, I typically don't want to mess with my own stuff. Yeah, Matt from Obsessed Garage, I remember he was doing that for a while. He was using, which I have some, I forget what he was using. I have it over there, but he was using a sealant, some kind of sealant, or applying the coating and then putting a sealant on top. Kind of like guys use like coating and then bead maker as a maintenance. Instead, he was doing like, which it might help with water spotting. If you have a coating and then you apply a wax on top, it could potentially help with water spotting. I don't know at what level, what the science is behind it, but if you could have a sacrificial layer, you have clear coat, ceramic coating, and then you put a wax on top of the coating, I guess if it would bond properly, I don't know if it would even bond properly, like under the microscope at that level that I don't even understand, but a sacrificial layer of wax on top of a coating that is able to take the mineral deposits and the calcium and all the stuff left behind in that water droplet, so you get less water spots. It's one thing good with wax. You definitely get less water spotting. You can still get water spotting, but with wax you get less water spotting. Just it can take like the stuff embeds into the wax versus a coating. It has nothing to like embed down into, so it just like leaves a water spot. It just all gets left behind on the surface. So maybe that could be a package someday. Like, I don't know, it's kind of going back. It's like going back to the mullet days. Like, you see these kids wearing mullets. Wax could potentially make a comeback to where you start seeing guys doing waxes more, or maybe a combination of like a ceramic coating base with a top coating of some kind of carnauba or some kind of updated carnauba or whatever they're using now. I don't know, some kind of rare wax found in the rainforest that costs like thousands of dollars, or you don't know, this some kind of new wax, and you maintain your coating with that wax, and you charge like $5,000 for a combination of for that combination. There we go. I think we just created a new package. Colonite, yeah, for sure. Colonite insulator wax is good. I know I have that. Yeah, power lock sealant. That's it. I forgot what it was. Yeah, insulator wax with power lock sealant. That's funny. Just ignore my cabinet here. This cabinet's so messy. Yeah, because oh, this is good. This is good metal polish. Got to shake it up good. You see how it separates? You can't see it. It separates in the bottle. This Zephyr 40. If you guys need to polish metal, that's the cat's meow. Trying to think. Yeah, because I did get power lock. I did get the power lock. I always have the insulator wax. I just don't know where it's at. Can't find anything. I did go through a time period last year where I just started throwing away stuff that I don't use, even though it was good. Out here. So, yeah, insulator wax. So yeah, I do have insulator wax, and then well, you see it's been a while since I used it. Kind of separated. And then yeah, the power lock. That's funny. This is the Jescar. Oh, that's the Ultra Lock. Jescar Ultra Lock. Yeah, that's funny. I think I did try it, but it was a lot of work for what I was doing. I'm like, this is pointless. I'll just clean it and apply like a paint sealant, spray it on, wipe it off type of thing. There was even a time period where when I got away from wax, I would use Geon Wet Coat. Instead of waxing anything, we would apply Geon Wet Coat and go through the... Oh yeah, no, you don't need any of this stuff. So it just sits in the cabinet. But the Geon Wet Coat, it's like you mist it on, wash it, and when it's still wet, mist it on, pressure wash it off, and it beads up like you have a fresh coating on there. And they say they didn't change the formulation. I think they did. I have more problems now. Last time I used it, I had a lot more problems with it. Could have been just a bad batch or something. But I would, instead of wax, I went from wax to coatings and stuff, but on my regular details, I went from wax to the Geon Wet Coat, where you just, once you're done washing it, lightly mist it, pressure wash it off, lightly mist it, pressure wash it off, and it held up like 3 months, 2 or 3 months Geon Wet Coat, and all you had to do is mist it on and pressure wash it off, and then it beat it up so much on the wheels, everything. I didn't do it on the glass. It would streak up glass. But I have videos of the Geon Wet Coat. You can watch them. They're probably pretty old. But that Geon Wet Coat was a time saver for details versus applying a wax. And then you can maintain that with like Geon Bathe. So like a car soap that had the SiO2 in it as well. So like hit it with Geon Wet Coat as the main thing, and then maintain it with Geon Bathe, which is a soap that had silica in it, and it just beat it up forever. Like it did work. It did work well. All right, so I did this from. I know I did, guys. I'm skipping around. I gotta stop. Keep getting sidetracked here. All right, I gotta get these lower halves done. These lower little pieces. Now, my favorite thing that I have here at the shop, besides the floring's like game changer. It just keeps all the dust down. I can lay on the floor if I want to. But is that blower? Like if you have a car that repels water nicely, or it's coated, or has you whacked, man, this is dirty under here. I gotta wipe this off first. Ugh, yeah, it's too dirty to coat. Ooh. But that blower, that car blower, like a good car blower that's not from an air compressor or a leaf blower, like a good car blower. That's been one of the game changers for these coated cars, or a car that beads up like crazy. I think I need my creeper. I don't feel like crawling around. I try not to order new products every time I place orders now. I try to watch what I spend to a certain extent as far as testing products. Anymore, I try to let other people test it. I might be a little bit behind, but yeah, let other people test it, play around with it, and then I'll bring it in and test it. Like last week, I usually order something new on every order, something small. Last week, I ordered a car soap that I thought it said it beaded and repelled water. Like it was like a car soap that had an additive in it that, like when I wash a customer's car and they're not getting it waxed or any kind of paint protection applied, at least when I wash it, the car soap will have some kind of additive into it. But I grabbed some. It's called, I don't even know what this is called. Zirconite protection system. Ultimate pH neutral nano shampoo. I think it's a good car soap. Like I think it worked fine, and it cleaned good. Easily, but I say like it says fully biodegradable. The ultimate pH neutral shampoo to care for your car. Easily removes road traffic and film and dirt without removing your car's protective wax. Delivers a high gloss finish. Here it says nano. This is where it gets fancy. Nano lotus leaf effect means that the rinse water is rapidly driven away from all surfaces, reducing drying time and minimizing water spotting. I tried what they recommended, the 3 capfuls, the 10 liters of water, warm or cold. I've tried that, and then it wasn't working, so I added more, and I added more, and it didn't beat up at all. No water beating whatsoever. It did kind of have a hydrophilic, not hydrophobic, but a hydrophilic, like the water just sheeted off. So maybe the lotus leaf effect, wonder if the lotus leaf effect is a hydrophilic effect, not a hydrophobic effect. Maybe. Someone look it up. See, what's the lotus leaf effect mean? Is that like hydrophobic, like crazy water beads? Or is the lotus leaf effect hydrophilic, where it just runs off in one big sheet, not so much tight water beading? I can't look it up right now because I'm filming, but If you guys are bored, lotus leaf effect. I'm not sure. If it means water sheeting off in one big sheet, I would say it did an okay job of that. But as far as I would call it a hydrophilic, where it just sheets off in one big sheet. Doesn't really work necessarily for like water droplets or if you're using a pressure washer. But if you have the hose nozzle off and you're rinsing it off, it's like one big sheet. The lotus leaf effect. That does sound, and it's made in Britain, so you would think it's like top of the line, right? I thought it had a good scent. It did clean good. I didn't see anything wrong with the cleaning aspects. And it did have suds. Like, it did suds up. Sometimes when you run into the car soaps that have additives, such as gloss enhancers or like SiO2 or like something that's going to beat up or repel, like beat up the water and repel stuff, usually they don't foam up too well. Usually you can't have both. That's like the additive that they put in to make the water beads, like, eliminates the foam, or like you don't get as much foam. I guess it's hard to have both, the best of both, to have foam and to have hydrophobic properties. Doesn't go together too well, I don't think. At least when they formulate the products. From what I experience, I don't know if that's right or not, but like Geon Bathe is a good example. Beads up awesome. Like Geon Bathe is awesome for like foam. Like once you're done washing an RV, foam it up with some Geon Bathe Plus, the Plus version, not regular Geon Bathe, but Geon Bathe Plus, and it beads up like you just coated it. I don't have too many problems with streaking on Geon Bathe either. It's just not high foam. It's like when you're using it in a foamer to apply it as a paint protection to an RV, it's like real light foam, like super light foam, almost non-existent. But then when you wash it off, when you power wash it off, it's like you just freshly coated it. It's good stuff. Geon Bathe Plus. The Geon Bathe is just regular car wash soap. I bought an Ego leaf blower and have an old Metro old Metro, yeah. I had one of them. It vacuumed really good, but I have to clean out to blow dry a car. So I ended up buying a Home Depot. Nice. That's good. Lotus Effect. Oh, yeah, here we go. Thank you. Lotus Effect. Self-cleaning. Lotus Effect equals self-cleaning properties that are a result of ultra hydrophobicity as an exhibit by leaves. That sounds pretty fancy. Ultra hydrophobicity. Ultra hydrophobic. I didn't get that out of that car wash soap. I would say ultra hydrophilic, maybe. Resists water. I guess, I don't know. It did a little something, but it wasn't much. Like, it was like, and I'll have to try it again on something else because I don't even know if it did anything. Maybe it was just the car, like the natural car paint just was washing up that way. It wasn't like I washed half of it and then seen what it added to the paint. I wasn't impressed. Like, just to say, I wasn't impressed. But then again, yeah, Lotus Effect is self-cleaning properties as a result of. That's good stuff. Thanks for looking that up, Arky. I don't know if they have. People have, let me flip this camera around. People have talked about. I haven't really found one. I think there might be some that exists, but hydrophilic ceramic coatings, like hydrophilic coatings, so you're not getting water beads. It's all water sheeting, which it still doesn't work right when when it's raining and you get all them little water droplets, it's not like it creates one big sheet of water that just rolls off. Usually it's when it comes down time to wash it or something. But if you could wash your car and you don't get any water droplets, it just automatically runs off. Or if you get a lot, it turns into one big sheet of water. It like lays flat on the surface and just rolls off. You would never get water spots if it, like, you see that back, like when guys dry, like, run the hose over these panels. If I did it to this car right now, it would all just roll off in one big sheet. But if you can find a coating that, like, as soon as the rainwater hits it, I don't know, like, it just doesn't, it's not even possible, I don't think. As soon as you can't have that water droplet sitting on the flat surfaces, and if you don't have gravity, like if there's nowhere for it to go, like, I don't know, it's not even possible. Where you're going to get water spots are like the flat surfaces where the water can't run off. So I don't know. It's not even possible. It's not even possible to completely prevent water spotting or have the ultimate coating where you never get water spots. It's just not, I don't know. It's not possible that I can think of. Unless it's, I don't know, like a special clear coat maybe? Or like, it would have to be something pretty high tech. That, or like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe even if the car wasn't, oh yeah, Meguiar's Hyperwash. I just want it cleaned. I'll add another stuff on my own. Hate to have additives on glass. Yeah, it does it does leave like a film and residue behind on the glass. It does make it harder to clean the glass. That's a good point. Yeah, all of them do that for sure. Anything with them additives in it, make it a pain to clean your outside glass later. But, well, I got the wheels coated, the plastics coated. There's no upper plastics. It's all lower plastics. I still got to do the glass, and I think I'm going to go to lunch. I think I'll go to lunch, and then I'll come back and do the glass and stuff. But anyway, guys, no, I appreciate it. Arky, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all your help today, man. That's good. I appreciate it. But I'm trying to see here. Well, what time is it? Let's see what time it is. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to tune out here, go get something to eat, and then I'll come back and finish the coating. But thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for all your help. Thanks for anyone else that tuned in. And yeah, I might go live a little bit later. I'm not too sure. We'll see. I might try to finish this quick. That way I can get it back to that Jeep over there. And then maybe we'll go live with the Jeep. We'll mess around with that. I still got to clean the seats on the Jeep. The seats are like the worst. They really just need pressure washed. I should have just pressure washed. I've never done that. It's been a long time. When I worked at the dealership, I pressure washed seats that were for an auction. You just let them sit outside for like a week, but they still get kind of rusty. I would like to just pressure wash these seats, to be honest. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna check out of here. Thanks, Arky. Thanks for all your help. But yeah, I'll tune in a little bit later. If not, I'll definitely be back tomorrow. We'll read John chapter 7, I think, and we'll go from there. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. I can never sign out.